Anne Hathaway, a name synonymous with versatility and undeniable talent, has also been at the center of one of Hollywood's most puzzling phenomena: Hathahate. This peculiar wave of disdain toward the actress escalated after her Oscar win in 2013 and has remained discussion even in this year. Let's dive into why this hate started, how it evolved, why it still lingers, and what Hathaway herself has said about it. The perfect storm: Anne's Oscar moment. In 2013, Anne Hathaway's career reached its zenith when she won the Academy Award for her role in Les Miserables. However, what should have been a triumph quickly morphed into a media spectacle. Many viewers found her Oscar acceptance speech insincere, as Hathaway opened with "It came true" in a dramatic tone, leading critics to describe her as overly rehearsed and inauthentic. Despite winning multiple awards that season, including the Golden Globe, Screen Actors Guild Awards, and British Academy of Film and Television Arts, the public backlash was swift and brutal. Critics felt that she was too polished, too perfect, and too eager to please, which rubbed people the wrong way. What started as a mild reaction snowballed into full-blown internet vitriol, with even her professional demeanor being scrutinized. Hathaway later admitted that the backlash had a significant impact on her mental health, causing her to take a break from the limelight. The theater kid vibe: a little too enthusiastic. One of the reasons people found Hathaway grating was her theater kid persona, a term used to describe someone who is overly expressive and always on. Critics accused her of adopting different personalities depending on the situation, which some found off-putting. For instance, she would be bawdy and unfiltered during interviews on shows like Chelsea Lately, but polished and poised at awards shows like the Oscars. This adaptability, while a useful skill in Hollywood, came across to some as inauthentic, with people likening her to that overly enthusiastic student who is always raising their hand in class. Hathaway's earnestness, particularly in interviews, was interpreted as a lack of genuine humility. However, supporters argue that this criticism is unfair, especially in an industry where actresses are often scrutinized for being too aloof or too engaged. The internet's reaction to Hathaway reveals an uncomfortable truth about how we perceive women who are openly ambitious. Misogyny and double standards. A large part of the hate directed at Hathaway has been linked to the double standards faced by women in Hollywood. Critics often point out that the reasons for disliking Hathaway, being overly polished or ambitious, are rarely applied to men. Hathaway herself has addressed this issue, stating that much of the backlash she faced was rooted in misogyny. In a 2024 interview with Vanity Fair, she reflected on how her ambition was seen as a flaw, while similar traits in her male colleagues were celebrated. This double standard is evident when comparing her experience to actors like Bradley Cooper, who was also criticized for appearing to want it too much during the award season. The Hathahate phenomenon is a stark reminder of how society often punishes women for traits that are considered virtues in men, such as assertiveness and self-assurance. By this year, public discourse had shifted, and many began to see the backlash against Hathaway as part of a larger conversation about how women in Hollywood are judged more harshly than their male counterparts. The 2011 Oscars fiasco. One of the major events that intensified the Hathahate was the 2011 Academy Awards, where Hathaway co-hosted with James Franco. The two were an odd pair, with Hathaway's high-energy performance clashing with Franco's laid-back, almost disinterested approach. Critics were quick to point fingers, and while Franco was criticized for his lack of enthusiasm, Hathaway bore the brunt of the backlash. Franco even joked on The Late Show with David Letterman that Hathaway's energetic hosting style made him look like a stoner. This comment, while meant to be humorous, only further cemented the narrative that Hathaway was too much. For many viewers, the contrast between the two hosts highlighted what they already disliked about Hathaway: her enthusiasm, which some found overbearing. The fallout from the Oscars co-hosting gig was a pivotal moment in the evolution of Hathahate, as it gave critics more ammunition to vilify Hathaway, despite her genuine efforts to make the event engaging. The role of success. It's no secret that success breeds resentment, especially in Hollywood. Anne Hathaway's rise to fame, coupled with her numerous accolades, made her an easy target for those who felt threatened or annoyed by her success. After all, she had transitioned from the lovable star of The Princess Diaries to an Academy Award-winning actress in just over a decade. Her ability to seamlessly shift between lighthearted rom-coms and dramatic roles only fueled the narrative that she was too perfect. In an industry that thrives on drama and imperfection, Hathaway's polished public image stood out, but not in a good way. Her every move, from red carpet appearances to interviews, was dissected and criticized. Yet, Hathaway's success is a testament to her talent and work ethic. Despite the hate, she has continued to secure leading roles in major films, proving that resilience is key to surviving in Hollywood. Rising above the hate. Despite the online vitriol, Hathaway has managed to rise above the negativity. In a 2024 Vanity Fair interview, she reflected on how the Hathahate phenomenon affected her personally and professionally. She admitted that the hate reached a point where it cost her roles, as some filmmakers were hesitant to work with someone who had become a polarizing figure. However, Hathaway credits directors like Christopher Nolan for standing by her during this period. Nolan cast her in Interstellar, a role that Hathaway has described as one of the most rewarding of her career. Looking back, Hathaway believes that the experience taught her valuable lessons about resilience and self-worth. She no longer lets online criticism dictate her actions or her career choices, and she has become a vocal advocate for mental health awareness in the entertainment industry. Hathaway had fully reclaimed her narrative, proving that talent and perseverance can outlast even the harshest of critics. Social media's role in the hate. Social media platforms like Twitter played a crucial role in amplifying the hate directed at Hathaway. The hashtag Hathahate began trending in the wake of her Oscar win, and what started as mild disapproval quickly spiraled into full-fledged disdain. Social media allows for instant feedback, and for celebrities like Hathaway, this can be both a blessing and a curse. While platforms like Twitter provide stars with a direct connection to their fans, they also give critics a loudspeaker to broadcast their discontent. Hathaway's every action, from public appearances to interviews, was dissected and criticized in real time. Some critics even went so far as to claim that Hathaway was a calculated perfectionist, adding fuel to the fire. Over time, the constant barrage of online negativity began to affect her career prospects, as some filmmakers were hesitant to cast her due to her toxic online persona. In a 2024 interview, Hathaway admitted that this period took a toll on her mental health, but she credits directors like Christopher Nolan for standing by her during this tumultuous time. A changing narrative? The peak of Hathahate may have been in the early 2010s, but public opinion has since shifted. As with many celebrities who experience intense scrutiny, there comes a point where the tide turns and, ironically, people start to feel protective of the very stars they once loathed. Hathaway's 2024 projects, including The Idea of You and Mother's Instinct, have been well received by both critics and audiences. Her candid interviews, in which she opens up about the challenges of navigating fame, have also helped humanize her in the eyes of the public. While some traces of Hathahate still linger, it is clear that Hathaway's image has undergone a significant transformation. In an era where celebrities are increasingly expected to be authentic and vulnerable, Hathaway's willingness to address her struggles head-on has endeared her to a new generation of fans. A victim of cancel culture. In many ways, the Hathahate phenomenon can be seen as an early precursor to what we now recognize as cancel culture. While Hathaway was not officially canceled, she faced a similar level of public shaming that threatened to derail her career. The internet's ability to amplify negativity created a snowball effect, with every perceived misstep being magnified. Hathaway's experience serves as a cautionary tale for other celebrities navigating the treacherous waters of fame. However, unlike many who fall victim to cancel culture, Hathaway has emerged stronger, using her platform to advocate for positive change. In a 2024 interview, she expressed hope that society will eventually move beyond this culture of outrage and focus on fostering empathy and understanding. By sharing her experiences, Hathaway is helping to reshape the narrative around fame and public perception. Anne Hathaway's redemption arc. By 2024, Hathaway's perseverance in the face of such hate is commendable. With a slate of exciting projects like The Idea of You and Mother's Instinct, it's clear that Hathaway is reclaiming her narrative. As her career continues to thrive, the Hathahate phenomenon is fading into a strange footnote in Hollywood history, one that serves as a reminder of the toxicity that can arise when the internet collectively decides to hate someone for being a little too perfect. And that wraps up our deep dive into the Hathahate phenomenon surrounding Anne Hathaway. What do you think? Do you believe the hate was ever justified, or has she been unfairly targeted? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another upload. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.